wasn't in divine order. Keep it moving. It's not the end of my world, no. But we have got to get there, and especially as women. This is the year of women. We're in a time in life that women are going to be elevated in ways we've never been elevated. And if you don't catch a hold of that, you're going to miss it. If you got a dream, a desire, a plan, you got to write that down and execute it. But you got to put the work in. And that's what I see. I told my wife, we got to put the work in. Whatever it is we want, we got to put it out in the atmosphere now. Because I believe we're going to reap from that, not just financially, but the health, our grandbaby's children will reap from it if we do it right now. But we got to line up. And sometimes you got to go through the craziness of being ridiculed, all that stuff. That was my path. That was my process to line me up. I never thought the people I was going to meet. I mean, Josh has always been my guy. He's always been like a little brother to me since I met him. Honestly, we just jailed, and we've always connected. But the relationship I have with him now and the way that we've been able to, I don't talk to him every day, but when I call, he answers. When he calls, I answer. And that relationship, I never thought would grow to the way that it's actually have grown. But I just lined up. Josh was the only person knocking on doors with me, Terry. When people said I'm with you, when everybody else said, no, I'm going this way. In 95, 99 degree weather, that brother was knocking on doors with me and never asked me for $1 because he believed in me. So what was I going to do? Show him that I couldn't do it? So it's that kind of stuff that happens that you just look back on and you just say to yourself, okay, it's something bigger than this. I'm looking at that, but it's something bigger than this. So it's just divine. You just make sure that, and I don't think I get it right all the time. I'm a mess. My wife would tell you, I take her through. God knows I am. I'm a mess. I'm bad. I'm terrible. I'm a mess. But I try to live my life in such a way that I treat people how I want to be treated. And everything I put out each day, I believe in sowing so that I'm a reap right. So, I just think it's our time as women. I think it's time for us, if you have that dream, that desire, and it got to make sense. We can't, if basket weaving is not going to yield you what you need, then don't basket weave. We got to be real too. Right. Some of us come up with these wonderful ideas and it's not going to yield any success. So we just have to be real, focus, write your plan down, and aim and work towards accomplishing that plan. That's just the way I see it. That's my leap of faith. I just believe that it's going to happen.
The writing down, I'm a chronic list maker and strategizer on paper. Listen, if I question it, I may not do it, I don't even write it down. Because when you write it down, that's your commitment.
That's right.
That's your commitment.
That's right.
I'm like, I'm not going to put that on the
list. That's right. That's right. It's so true. I told the young guys today, it was a couple of more young men in the session than women. And I said, I know y'all have a wall full of obituaries. And they all was like, yeah. I said, that's doomed. I said, put this plan on that wall. As much as you get up every morning and see that death, that's keeping you in a place, that's keeping you right there. And it almost is making your mind think that that's my destiny. But when you put your plan down and you actually look at that every morning, it gives you hope. It inspires you to get there. That's the same thing we have to do. We have to be, like you said, be consistent with writing down what you know you're going to get accomplished. Now, unlike you, I write down every thought that comes to my head. I do. Because I don't know which one of those thoughts may lead to the next big thing.
Okay.
It may just be a thought, because I believe that I have to be so spiritually connected, it may just be a random thought. But that random thought may turn into something. My friend, she calls me her mentor and I always laugh. But Tia Ball, she wrote that article in the city paper, an ode to Shaw.
Okay.
Right? She wrote that article. Now it turned into a panel discussion. Now people want her to do a whole series. She never thought. She just wanted to write about her school and the protective factors that kept her and her sister safe. Coming from Southwest. Her father was a janitor at the school, was able to get her into Shaw. And as a result of that, it has kind of become its own thing. So if we don't pick some stuff, we'll know what it's going to look like. So so sometimes, we can sit here and talk about so many people we know that had that one big idea. My sister has her master's in business, focused on finance. She's a caterer. She loves to cook. her contracts and she makes her money off of cooking. You can't tell her that all the love inside of her is not in her food each and every day. But again, so you know, I just believe that it's our time. It's time, you know, and I'm very selfish as it pertains to women, and then in particular African American women. Not knocking any other, you know, ethnicity, but especially African American and brown women. I think we've had somebody's foot on our neck for a long time. Yeah. And Spanish speaking women and African American women. I think and I see it each and every day. And again, this is not to knock any other race, but it's time for us to move in a different avenue. You know, white women got this president elected. I don't care what nobody says.
Facts, yeah.
That's who got this president elected. And it's going to take the minority, brown and black women to get him about it. And we have to understand our power and what we've done, and how we have, and I look at our communities, you know, how we have a responsibility, and we won't have time to play with. We won't have time. You know, we don't have time anymore. So that's kind of me. That's how I think, Terry. I know you got some more questions for me.
Yes, I do. So were we talking about, but you kind of covered a lot.
Okay, I'll talk about
it. But let's talk about, I don't know if you came up with any resolutions for this year, but what did you want to accomplish by the end of this year, outside of what we may have spoken on?
Right. I wanna stop blogging. I don't know how to do that.
You just do it.
You just do it? So maybe you'll help me with that.
I would love to.
I want to share, and maybe God has ordained this to be the first kind of announcement of it, but I want to write about that experience.
You should.
Yeah, I want to write about the experience, and I want to eventually turn that into a book.
Yeah. Blogging for me has been so freeing.
Okay.
I exposed myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was going through a depression, and I felt as if people could read me discussing it or talking about it, somebody would intervene. And they did. They did. People reached out to me, and it helped me.
Okay.
And it helped me.
Okay.
So I get to just share whatever.
Yeah, I do. I want to talk about it. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So you gotta help me.
Okay.
So would you help me?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's one thing, and
Absolutely.
I want to kind of write in a series that it then can kind of be pulled together into a book. I really want to write a book. That's the one thing.
People need to hear about that experience.
Yeah.
It's what you shared just now is wow to me.
Yeah.
It's wow, and no one would have an idea. Some people, those people that never leave their ward, those people who don't get to, I don't know, experience anything outside of their neighborhoods, or need to know that people like you exist.
Yeah, well,
they don't know people like you exist.
I know.
They probably seen the post on Rhode Island Avenue, but they ain't know who that was.
They don't. Unless they know somebody say, "Oh, well, word," you know. But you're right, and so I want to do that. The other thing that I really want to do, that's kind of, it's been on me really heavy, is definitely to, you know, we tend to, as women, put us, like, you know, we always have support groups for women who lost their children, or, you know, we always identify support groups for something, but professional women really struggle with understanding how to maneuver corporate, government, wherever you work. And, you know, we don't have enough, and I want to do more of that. Like, it seems like every time I turn around, I'm mentoring these young, powerful women. And they're not really, in their age range, isn't like in their 20s. These are 35 and older. And I'm realizing that I was blessed. So I lost my mom and my sister a year and a half apart. My oldest sister was murdered by her husband in my sophomore year of college. And my mom died in my senior year of college. But since that moment until now, God has placed healthy women relationships in every area of my life. Professionally, nurture me like a mom. You know, really they have. I mean, he has. And what it's done for me, and my sister Jackie has always been there. Like, Jackie picked up the mantle and almost raised me when my mom died. But needless to say, questions about my professional growth. What should I do? How do I move? What do I say? How do I ask for a raise? Yeah. How do I do all of this stuff? Not knowing. And we talk about the sister girl stuff, but we don't really do it. Like, if you're not in my network, or you don't look like me, or you're not carrying a bag like me, or whatever, we don't do that to each other.